sister swore she'd never give her kid medicine. She had no idea I'd already tricked her into doing it 3 months ago. My nephew Elliot was dying and my sister couldn't care less. Anytime we mentioned bringing him to the hospital, she just shut it down. You don't know what they put into those medications. Homemade remedies have worked for centuries, she'd argue. But this time, his symptoms weren't going away. In fact, they were worsening. Elliot's fever stayed above 102 degrees, and the infection on his leg started spreading. My sister Tina was treating it with tea tree oil and prayers. I couldn't take it anymore. I called our family doctor and brought her to Tina's house without warning. The moment Tina opened the door, she turned red with rage. "You brought a doctor to my house?" I pushed past her without a word and headed straight for Elliot's room. The doctor examined him while I stood outside the doorway, blocking Tina from entering. "If he dies, I'm taking your kid to the grave too," she told me bitterly. After 5 minutes, the doctor stepped out with a serious expression. "He needs antibiotics today. If it spreads to his bloodstream, we're looking at hospitalization." Tina laughed and crossed her arms. "We don't do antibiotics in this house. His body needs to fight this naturally." The doctor's face scrunched up. "You're going to let your son die over this? If he dies, he dies. That's human nature. Now leave, both of you." I glanced at Elliot and felt my heart rip out of my chest. The doctor shook her head and we walked out together. We stood in front of her car in silence. "Unless you want to bring CPS in, there's nothing I can do. But here," she handed me a prescription. "If you can find a way, this is what the boy needs." I stared at that piece of paper and came up with a terrible, brilliant idea. I drove to the pharmacy and got the antibiotics. At home, I opened every capsule and poured the powder into empty supplement capsules. I designed a label on Canva with little leaves, earthy colors, a fake certification stamp. Then I built a quick website with a stock photo and a sold-out notice. I drove back to Tina's house. She opened the door carefully. "No doctor this time? What do you want?" I pulled out the bottle. "I found this elderberry supplement online. Super potent. A friend in Portland swears by it." Tina inspected the bottle. She went to the website on her phone. She read the fake reviews while I stood there, heart pounding. Then she smiled and invited me in to help give Elliot his first dose. That same night, his fever went down. Within a week, the infection was gone. He was back to running around outside like nothing happened. Tina was glowing. "See? This is what happens when you trust the body and give it real support." But it didn't stop there. She shared her story all over Facebook. She tagged me in posts about how I finally came around to natural healing. She stood outside of pharmacies harassing parents that walked in to stop them from buying the medicine they needed. All while she remained clueless. She was one of those parents too. It was definitely crazy. But I figured as long as my nephew's safe and everyone in the family's healthy, there were no problems. Then came Thanksgiving. We were all at my parents' house just enjoying the meal together when Tina watched me give my daughter cough syrup for her cold and started shaking her head. "You know that stuff destroys their gut lining, right? This is why Elliot is thriving and your kids are always sick. You pump them full of chemicals," she said. I tried to hold it together. "She's only sick because it's flu season. And this one decided to go out and play in the rain," I told her. She laughed. "Sure, blame the kid for your bad parenting choices. I'm just glad Elliot has me." That's when something in me snapped. "Hey Tina, remember those amazing supplements you love?" "Yeah, that was all fake. They're antibiotics," I told her plainly. She laughed. "What? The elderberry supplements?" "Yeah, I made them. I put the antibiotics inside fake capsules, designed the label on Canva, built the website all on my own. Every single capsule you gave him was prescribed by a doctor. So tell me," I paused and looked her dead in the eyes, "who's the bad parent now?" Tina fell silent. Her face went through everything: confusion, denial, horror. She looked across the table at Elliot, who was healthy and eating mashed potatoes without a care in the world. Then she looked back at me. If you hadn't done that, he still would have survived," she said, still in denial. I laughed. "If you still believe that, there's no helping you. Next time he gets sick like that, I guess I'll just call CPS," I threatened. Before she could lash out at me, her husband, who had been quietly listening the entire time, grabbed her and said to me, "Thank you for saving our son. We're going to go now." He dragged her out the door.